Morning, lovely people. How are we all doing? So last night there was a quite powerful new moon in Libra, which is all about balance, communication, fairness, setting intentions, thinking about how we communicate with people, a good time to kind of negotiate things with people, and communicate in a balanced way. So hopefully we're all feeling good. I was called to do a reading this morning, a pick a card reading, and I'm going to do pendulum as well for each pile. We're going to do what is the future of this connection. Now this can be obviously romantic, and I'm sure most people watching will have a romantic person in mind, but this can also be for any kind of connection. This could be someone you work with, this could be a friend. I'll try to open it up so that it's not just about romance, but it will probably be mainly knowing the people who subscribe. But I'll set the intention that this can be for anyone who comes across this video. Remember, the more you interact with the channel, the more your energy goes in and the more accurate, the more you'll get out of it. But also it's helpful for me as a way of showing appreciation for free tarot. So, okay, these are going to be the choices of piles. I will use other cards to clarify. I just want to say, Spirit, channel through me and into the cards the messages that need to be delivered today for these three groups. Split the energies into three distinct groups, going into the average sort of energy for the collective, the strongest mutual energy for pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. Take my energy out of the equation, grant me access into their auric fields for the duration of the reading, for anyone who views this, and specifically for my subscribers, creating energetic cords between myself and anyone viewing this video at any time, so that I can deliver the message they need for this timeless reading, and restoring the auric fields at the end and severing all temporary cords put in place. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead with the pile choices. If you need more time, as always, you can pause the video. But this is going to be pile 1. Okay? Pile 1. This is pile 1. And this is pile 2. Pile 2. Pile 2. And this is pile 3. How can you see this ring? There we go. Pile 3. The future of this connection. Pile 3. So pick however you feel drawn. Maybe you like one of the rings. Maybe you like one of the decks. Maybe you hear 1, 2 or 3. I do because I'm clairaudient. Pause if you need more time, and I'll see you at your reading. Timestamp below. Sorry, a bit hot. One sec. Okay. Okay, so for everyone who picked pile 3, pile 1, maybe some of you wanted to pick pile 3 too. If you did, listen to pile 3 as well, because that's weird that I said that. So this ring for me, this was given to me by my great Italian grandmother. She lived to be about 93. We were great friends when I was little. I have lovely memories of her from Italy, because I'm part Italian, part Native American, all sorts of things. I remember one of my favorite memories was going on a boat with her on a boat ride, and we played this sort of game on the boat. So I don't know why I'm saying this to you, but maybe something to do with boats or water is relevant here. Also, this is a purely gold ring, knotted in this very beautiful way. And for me, gold is all about purity. It's about development of the total understanding and achieving and maintaining a sort of strong communication with the source of all being. And just the way that this is knotted together as well, it's like this idea of being tied together, being connected, and it can talk of also relief from being burdened, gold. So you might be feeling kind of burdened at the moment. You might have a lot of responsibilities. So for the alchemists, gold was the perfection of all matter on any level, including mind, body, and soul. And it just has this element of these kind of triple mind, body, and soul things connected in, doesn't it? My Italian family do have links to alchemists and the tarot. Obviously, tarot is Italian, and we have some very old tarot deck, and we have some link to the tarot through the Italian side. So, anyway, some of that might be relevant to you, but I do see, if we're asking about your connection, what's the future of this connection? You know, gold for me is pure, and it's enduring, and it's knotted together. But let's see what the cards say, as always. I'm just going to do quick, not too many cards, but please can we have a very clear message for pile 1? All the people watching in pile 1. Okay. Oh, well, this flipped over, so I'm going to take it. I don't usually, but it felt like, and these did as well. I hope you can see that I'm not... So this is, I mean, that's enough cards from there. They are the cards that wanted to come out. I'll turn them to face you guys. All of them came out right way up. It's a very interesting energy here. Very strong spiritual connection. There are a couple of my, you know, signifiers for me for twin flames here. If you are someone that thinks of yourself as being on that journey. Sorry, I just want to move these because they're annoying me. I'll put them on the floor. If you know that you're on the twin flame journey, then this applies for you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't listen to that, because it's a term that gets used a lot, and only take it if you know it resonates for you. This could just be any kind of spiritual connection, soulmates, just someone you feel very, very connected to. So the future of this connection is very nice. You have the 10 of Cups and you have the 4 of Wands. I mean, to me, these are both some of the happiest love cards you can have. The 10 of Cups, I mean, look, the card says it all. I don't really need to over explain it. It's this union of the opposite elements of masculine and feminine energy. Energy is not gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. We may identify with an energy that isn't our gender, whatever. It's all fluid, but it's about this idea of perfect balance and harmony found in another person. A kind of connection where when you come together, your energies align to create, you know, to combine into this perfect union, basically, which is this very twin flamey energy, isn't it? Where you kind of hold the key to each other's souls and unlock these sides of each other, and connect into this higher kind of dimensional frequency, and all of your past lives can kind of commingle, and you have this shared history spiritually. And sorry, I'm totally channeling. I hope what I'm saying is making some sense. I know that whoever it's meant for knows what I'm talking about. But the 4 of Wands is also this idea of homecoming, because, you know, finding home can be a person. Home isn't just a place. Home is found within a person, and that's what, sorry, I bumped the computer. That's what these cards are about. It's about finding home within someone. The 4 of Wands is the 1111 card. 1111 portal is a twin flame numerology. You see here the 4 rods surrounding this home in a kind of egg timer, or like a crystal ball. So it's almost like this idea of, you know, this time, what are those things called? They are called like egg timers, right? Not egg timers, but, you know, hourglass, that's the thing. So it's this idea of this sort of like finding home, finding time, timelessness, across all times, across all timelines. It's very powerful energy. I do think this is a twin flame pile. Both of these cards can talk of marriage, and the Ace of Pentacles also can talk of proposals and marriage. It's this idea of a grounded new offer, something grounded in reality. You may have been in the 5D quite a lot. Lots of 5D energy going on with this person, very connected in the astral realms, very connected in the spiritual realms, but I see it coming together and existing in the 3D. However, in order for this to happen, there is a massive transformation going on in either one or both of your lives, where everything that doesn't serve you is going to fall. The Tower is a moment where anything that's built on an unfirm foundation falls away. It's very traumatic. It can be raw. Spiritual awakening can be painful. It's a time of upheaval. It's a time of change, but it's necessary change. And what is left in the ruins and the rubble of this tower that crumbles because of this cosmic thunderbolt is a space to create something new with better foundations. So they could be involved in a karmic relationship at the moment that's going to crumble, or you could be, or it could just be life circumstances. Who knows? It's different for everyone. It's a general reading. But something is going to happen very, very quickly. You know, the thunderbolt is this cosmic, quick thing that just comes in quickly, illuminates, shatters all pretense, cuts through all bullshit, and leaves the truth. So yeah, expect big sudden change, and don't be scared if it happens, because know that it's going to make way for something better. The Moon card here suggests that there's a lot of anxiety at the moment. There's a lot of fear at the moment. The Moon is very illusionary. It doesn't have its own light. It has the light of the sun reflecting it. So it's all about this kind of reflected truth, this kind of distorted truth. Within the energy of the Moon, though, you can find huge enlightenment, massive transformation. It's a fluid energy. It's never fixed. If you think about the Moon, it's always waxing and waning. It's always changing. It has these positive and negative aspects. It's kind of ambivalent, and it's goddess energy. So connect into your goddess energy. Work through your fears. Think about how shamans use the light of the Moon in order to illuminate their way without becoming overwhelmed, leaving psychic breadcrumbs. I did a full moon release ritual and spell and shadow reading on this channel. Check it out. It's pretty powerful. It might be good for you to work through your fears if this is resonating with you. It's a call to do some psychic shadow work, and that is something I specialize in, by the way. And if you want a more specific reading, love readings are also my speciality, with an emphasis on twin flames, because I'm on the twin flame journey. I am actually in contact with my twin flame at the moment, and you know, let's watch this space. But I'm not interested solely in union. It's about the journey of the individual, but I can do a lot of work to help with that. Now this is really interesting. This is why I always shuffle live. We have the Tower again. These all came out the right way around, so I'm going to flip them so you can see. And what I was saying about this deeply spiritual connection, yes, we have the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition. You're getting downloads. This is a spiritual connection. This is, again, divine feminine energy. I'm going to put her with the Moon. That, I think, is a call to do this psychic shadow work. This is a call to listen to your intuition, to connect into your guidance. It's just another message that this is a spiritual connection. We have the World card, which again, with the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Rods, it's okay, it can sometimes be about endings, but it's also then new beginnings. In this context, okay, we have the Tower, we have the World. I don't see this as an ending though with the other cards, with the 4 of Rods, and the 10 of Cups. It's this idea of total emotional completion, emotional fulfillment that you get with this person. You have the 4 elements represented on this card. You have the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. This is an alchemical symbol of rebirth, transformation, cycles. Again, there might be some karmic cycles that do need to come to a close, but you are each other's home. You are each other's fulfillment. At the moment, again, with this Moon card, I was saying confusion. This is 7 of Cups is the card of confusion, of not knowing what to do, not knowing what's an illusion, not knowing what's reality, not knowing what dream to take. It could be, as I thought, very grounded in the 5D at the moment, very grounded in this kind of energy of dreaminess and fantasy, and you're doing a lot of kind of connecting to each other in the astral realms, as I felt. However, it will become grounded, I feel, and I do see a serious committed relationship as the future of this. But if it is a divine connection and a twin flame connection, it could take a while, obviously. The High Priestess also symbolizes secrets. She has esoteric knowledge. She doesn't tell everyone everything. She sits and channels certain messages. She keeps things to herself. So there could be sort of secret doubts, secret fears, secret worries that need to come into the open. There could be something to do with a karmic situation that needs to come into the open, but there is great potential here. And for some people watching, marriage, maybe not everyone wants marriage, just some kind of sort of long-term commitment though, and a feeling of coming home at last, spiritually speaking. Now let me just get one of these cards. How long is this? I intended these to be short. Maybe I won't do a pendulum for this group. Oh well, maybe I will. Trust the niggle. Yeah, this is about your intuition. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? I mean, it kind of even looks like the High Priestess, right? So there is something here to do with your intuition. You are right in whatever it is that you're feeling about this connection. And that includes whether or not there could be something sort of sudden and an upheaval happening in maybe your counterpart's life at the moment. Yeah. But trust in this connection. Trust in what it is. And trust that there are things going on that you don't see, but it's still going on. You know, think of a stream of water. It flows understream before it pops out. There's always more going on. Is there anything that's going to come right out? One has flipped over, but I really like them to come straight out. If not, I'm just going to think there's nothing here because I don't want to keep going on and on. Let me know if these readings are too long, by the way. Ooh, I'm just going to take the first one that flipped out. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Hang on, it was a new moon in Libra, right? Last night. I said that at the beginning. Yeah. Crazy. Love it when these readings are so clear like this. A new romantic cycle is beginning with this person. You may have had an ending. You may have felt like it was over. The World card shows it's going to start again. It's going to be this new cycle. There's going to be better communication because Libra, as I said in the beginning, I hope people do listen to my intros because they always have useful information. So if you didn't, please go back and listen. I'm not like a fast, snappy, pick a card reading style reader. I give you a lot. And please try to listen because it's important usually. But yes, Libra is all about this idea of communication, fairness. It's a good time to negotiate. If you want to kind of talk about issues in your relationship and how to balance things better, now is the time to do that. So that's everything. I'm not going to get a pendulum for you guys because I don't see a kind of clear yes or no. I feel like it's kind of in the cards. You know, I do more services on Etsy that you can, like, if you need more, you can always get one of those. But I'll just do the pendulum for piles where they kind of need it. Okay, so that's everything I have for you. Thanks so much for joining me. And please do subscribe if you haven't already. Add your energy to the channel. It really helps me. It also helps the channel, and it's just a nice thing to do, and you'll get more out of it as well. Okay, so that is pile 1 finished. Which finger does this fit on? Okay. Pile 2. So pile 2, you were attracted either to this card or to this ring, or you heard pile 2 or whatever. But I just want to tell you about this ring in case it's significant. So this ring has amethyst and pearl, and it also has, but I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, a sort of snake detail on the ring. So that is a kind of alchemical symbol for me, the snake or the dragon eating its tail, you know. But amethyst is a tranquilizing stone that removes stress and anxiety. It also obviously speaks of spiritual awareness. Pearl is all about purity, faith, integrity, watery lunar elements. To me as well, if you think about the process of a pearl being created, it's this speck of dirt that enters an oyster shell and sort of disrupts this process. And then there's this kind of accruing of nacre that creates this beautiful pearl from this impurity. So it's about this like idea of trauma leading to beauty, disruptions leading to enlightenment, any kind of difficult energies or just hardships you go through, and the beauty that you can accumulate from that. So it's this very beautiful idea of this gradual build up of something wonderful. So I don't know whether you guys need to relax, whether you're stressed, whether you need to balance yourselves. I see this as a spiritual pile though, with these two elements here, but I do see that there could be something going on at the moment that is maybe hard, but you need to kind of realize that it is for your highest good. I'm just gonna have some mugwort tea. Okay, so I'm going to use this deck and I'll clarify with another deck and get some oracle cards if I need and do a pendulum if I need. We'll just see what happens. But can we have very clear, and I don't want it to be a really long reading. Pile 1 ended up being pretty long, but it needed to be. But pile 2, can we just have a very quick message about the future of this connection? The future of this connection. The future of this connection. The future of this connection. Okay, that one flipped. That's actually in the reverse. Yeah. The future of this connection. Okay. The future of this connection. Okay. The future of this connection. The future of this, I think the Ace of Cups just kind of flipped but didn't come out. You guys would have been able to see better. That would have been nice. It's nice that it kind of came up again in the shuffle. It's the card that I had out. The future of this connection. Anything else? I'll get another deck if not. Oh, there we go. Now these have flipped over but not out. I'm going to take these. Oh, these readings are ending up being longer than I thought. You also have that in the reverse, which kind of goes there. Okay, I'm just going to take them because, you know, I can't ignore cards just because I want it to be a quick reading. I worry that my readings are too long because the other readers are so snappy, but these are real, and I'm not, I'm shuffling them all live, and the messages are coming out as they should. They're not like how I'd prefer them to be shorter so that people watch the whole videos and stuff so that I get more visibility. Now these flipped over, and that's interesting because some of these energies are there, so I'm going to take those. Okay. Right, let me just have a moment with these cards. Hang on. Now the first thing I would say is if you guys are waiting for communication, you have the 8 of Rods twice. So that is a good sign. Anyone who knows tarot will know that that is the card of fast communication, passionate communication, It can just talk of a lot of sexual energy if you guys are in contact. But if not, I just see that contact is coming, communication is coming. That's great. We just had the new moon in Libra, which is all about this kind of idea of opening up communication, balancing things out, thinking about how we can compromise, how we can, what's the word I'm looking for, negotiate, these sorts of things. So I do see communication coming in. I feel like this is something you may have been manifesting or wanting for a while. The Magician is here. This again is to do with things, happening, progress being made. It can warn of a slightly manipulative energy sometimes, but I don't see that here. I see that more as this is something perhaps that you've been manifesting, and this idea that all the elements are here. It's just about combining them in the correct way. Now I do see with the Two of Wands and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, there has been sort of like a desire for someone to make an offer, to come forwards, to give some news, which hasn't happened. There's been an inability to make a decision in one person's sort of, for one party. There has been this idea of not thinking of the future and how to move things forward, not like just being trapped in this energy of no progress, this kind of static, stale energy of waiting for communication, waiting for an offer, waiting for decisions to be made, wanting to plan things but not being able to. Perhaps you guys were at a distance, perhaps, current world events have kept things in that static energy. But I see that ending, and I see new information coming in, new communication happening. I'm going to turn these so that they're actually like right for you guys, because that will be easier. Now I do see that something here there's been like a definite ending to something, maybe an ending to a cycle. Maybe you guys had to break up. There was a kind of wiping the slate clean happening here. But I do see that this is going to change. It's like, again, we have the Knight of Pentacles here, which is a bit like the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I mean, it is someone coming forward. It is someone coming with an offer, but it takes them forever. This Knight takes so long to arrive. It's almost like by the time he's come, you forgot what you ordered. If you ordered something on Amazon or something. Not that I suggest anyone uses Amazon, but it's an example. And then it just took like a year to arrive, and you're like, oh my god, did I order this crystal? Like, okay, this is an example. Maybe that applies to someone, I don't know. But this is the only knight that is not seen moving in this card. He's static. He's just standing there on his horse. So again, it's this idea of delays, waiting for someone to come forward with a tangible offer in the 3D, it not happening. Perhaps you've been manifesting it. Manifestation does work. I can do manifestation plans to speed up things in your life. I would always do, though, manifesting sort of like the true, like highest love, or rather than a specific person, but you can manifest things. Anyway, I see that there's a big shift in energy, which was necessary, perhaps due to some kind of outside influence. There is the need to make a decision. Decisions are going to be made. This is going to be sudden, fast action after waiting for a long time. You're able to kind of navigate the power dynamics, balance out the power, balance out the opposing energies in this connection. There is a slight power imbalance in terms of if this is you, in terms of like the energies here, because someone is being represented by the Emperor, which is like the divine masculine energy, not gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us, but it's just this idea of this kind of focus, this potency, this power. But on the flip side, he can be very stubborn, very kind of selfish, and not budging. It's like extremely firm boundaries and barriers. It's someone who is very, very fixed and sort of stubborn. And then there's the Queen of Cups, which is this kind of archetypal mother energy, which is very healing, very nurturing, can be needy in the flip side, can be over emotional, can be emotionally manipulative. It's a water sign, and the masculine is a fire sign, energy wise, if that kind of resonates for you. So yeah, you guys, I don't need to go through the signs, it will resonate if it resonates. So there is a slight imbalance here because it's not the king and the queen or the emperor and the empress. So maybe one party is more spiritually evolved, or perhaps there's just something that is not, you know, you guys are not totally compatible in some ways. There are some differences, but a water and fire combination is not bad. I just see that there are these opposing forces. You're quite like, there's someone who has very strong energy that kind of dominates this connection, and maybe it's like their way or the highway. Like you're waiting for them to make the decision, and then they suddenly rush in with this fiery energy. And I feel like that's the emperor. I feel like that's the masculine. It's like when they want to, they'll just rush in with this fast-paced energy, but then it can maybe stop and start just as much. It can be a stop-start relationship. It can be someone who blows up your phone one minute and then is like very quiet the next. You know, it's this hot and cold energy from this person. But I do see it kind of balancing out. But there needs to be a massive shift. There needs to be a massive change. If it hasn't happened yet, it needs to happen. And it could be that you need to even walk away in order to get this to happen. Now, I do feel like you're a spiritual pile because you have the Hierophant here, which talks of this masculine spiritual advisor. This, you know, it's the masculine version of the High Priestess card. It's sort of, and it's just energy, it's not gender specific, but it can talk of authority, it can talk of institutions, it can talk of like kind of power structures. So it's this kind of traditional authoritative, it's a bit like the emperor. I feel like this person is like in this kind of power position. They're kind of fixed. It's very fixed energy. But it can talk of marriage as well, the Hierophant. So there could be the potential here for something long-term and committed, even marriage for some. I'm not seeing it totally for all, but what I'm seeing for all of you is that there is going to be communication after you've been waiting for a long time. So I guess it's not really the future of this connection. It's more like the near future of this connection, because I'm not being able to be shown totally the future. For some of you, there is the chance of a committed relationship. For some of you, it's not. It's that this person is going to come and go. They could be a little manipulative for some of you. It could be when they want it, it's their way. Otherwise, they're silent. It could be frustrating for you with these energies here. It may be that you need to make a choice and decide whether or not you want to continue with this. So this pile is quite, it's not such a clear message. Apart from that, there's been lack of communication and commitment, and then fast new energy is coming in that maybe will be more committed, but I'm not 100% sure that there's going to be like this beautiful romance. It might not be that you guys are asking about romance either, because I don't see, you know, like I'd want to see like the Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, certain cards to say like, yes, I think you'll be in a relationship. The Hierophant is obviously can indicate marriage, but it can talk of other things too. So, you know, I don't want to sort of say for sure because it's not 100% there for me as a reader, and I don't have time to delve more into it because it won't be a clear enough message, I feel. But I will do a pendulum so that you can ask a question to get a yes and no, to get more clarity. And then, you know, you can always find me on Etsy. I do very reasonable love readings because it's my speciality. I like to help. I am on the twin flame journey. I specialise in soulmate connections, twin flame connections, these sorts of things. So, you know, you can find me there. But let's just get, now I want you guys to think of a question in your mind which has a yes or a no. This is not, I'm just going to get my pendulum warmed up for a second. So pendulum, show me yes. Show me yes. Okay, yeah, that's clockwise for me. And show me no. Yeah, that's anti-clockwise. Brilliant. Okay, so now I want you guys to think of your question. And pendulum, using the average energy of everyone watching, can we get a yes, a no, or a maybe for their question? Now, that for me is a yes. Now it's becoming more of a definite yes. Yeah, that's a yes. So whatever your question was, I'm seeing a yes, but remember this is a general reading, so it's going to be the strongest average energy, and the channel is growing. I'm hoping that I'm sure that my desire to manifest 100 subscribers by January is going to happen. I want to show you guys manifestation in real time. Once I've hit 100 subscribers by January, I'm going to then go for manifesting 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. So help me on this journey. You know, if this does resonate with you, subscribe if you haven't already. But I want to show you guys that it is possible to manifest whatever you want. High Priestess just flew out there as like an extra message, which is kind of nice. So that's everything. I'm going to close down the energy for pile 2 now. Thanks so much. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, add your energy to the channel, and I'll be back soon for more readings. I have a special full moon, Halloween, Samhain, I think it's also a blood moon collaboration ritual video coming up that's going to be really cool, so make sure you're subscribed to see that. They're all flipping out already. We're not ready yet. Okay, right. Pile 3. So you might have been attracted to this card, you might have been attracted to this ring, or you might have heard pile 3. My hands are very dry from making sculptures, please excuse them. Right, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this ring in case it has a message that's important. So this is an emerald ring. It was given to me by a friend, but I can't remember who. But I really love it, and I know that it feels protective, and I know that it's linked to friendship. So this connection may be rooted in friendship for you guys. Emerald is also a great stone to work for with if you have issues of depression, paranoia, or digestive problems. It can also be used in sort of healing for epilepsy and Parkinson's. So it's this very protective stone, very uplifting and very soothing. So perhaps you have got, you know, something going on medically. Perhaps you do need to spend some time taking care of yourself, thinking about self-care, self-love. Obviously, I'm not suggesting that everyone who's watching who picked this pile might have epilepsy. Please take what resonates. But it's just that it is this kind of medical, it can be used in this medical sense. And it's this kind of healing stone, but linked to kind of bodily healing, you know, like things to do with the body. So, you know, think about what you're eating, think about your sleep habits, things like this. Now, I'm just going to have some of my mugwort tea, which is also very good for like menstrual issues for women. It's also can induce like these kind of prophetic dreams. You can also burn it as an incense. It's a wonderful herb. I'm really loving it. Now, okay, pile 3. Oh, that came out straight away. Future of this connection. Future of this connection. future of this connection. I'm going to hopefully do quick readings. 1 and 2 were quite long, but you know, I have to get the cards that come out, so we'll see what Spirit wants to do. The future of this connection. The future of this connection. The future. Oh dear. Sorry. Don't watch this pile if you're going to get triggered, if you don't actually want to know, okay? The future of this. Pile 1 and 2 had very happy, well, I mean, not that I'm going to suggest that you watch what you want to hear, because I want you guys to get the message that you need, but if this is not your story, don't listen to it, because take what resonates. One more card. I mean, actually, you know, then it kind of got a bit better. They're really flipping out. Oh, I hope no one clicked off, because it then got a bit better. It's a bit of a journey, guys, and look at the back of the deck energy, which will make sense in a second, because we have 2 9 of Swords. Now, ooh. Now, let me just have a minute here. I want to turn these right way round for you guys. Okay, so these would be, yeah. Okay, so let me just get straight into this. I see, not gender specific ever, but I see masculine earth sign energy in terms of their energy. Like, it could be that you are feminine gender, but you identify with masculine energy or whatever, but I see a male energy earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I see a female energy air sign. Yeah, I don't need to go through all the signs. Hopefully you guys know the signs, right? But this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So the feminine energy here is very boundaried and cautious. It could be that you've been hurt by this person, and so you are in this energy of being quite defensive. Queen of Swords can be quite a cold energy, quite cutting, but she really speaks her truth, so she doesn't take any bullshit. You might have been through it with this person. They're coming out as the king, or you, if you're the masculine energy watching this, is coming out as the King of Pentacles, which is an earth sign energy, which is a very grounded energy for the king. It can be the Father card. It can just be this very stable, solid energy, not the most romantic, not the most passionate or creative, but very, very grounded and sort of secure. But there's something in this connection that is just causing you guys extreme anxiety, both of you, because it's there twice, so it's like for both of you. Sleepless nights, a lot of worry, a lot of anxieties, a lot of fears. Now also we have the Seven of Swords, which is not a great card in a love reading. That's why I was like, I mean, I assume most people will be watching this as a love reading. That's why I was like, maybe click out, because to me that can be the card of deception, lies, cheating, just not being in your integrity, not being in your highest like energy, being untrue to yourself foremost, and then being untrue to others. So this could be you, this could be them. It's just the energy in your connection. It's like secrets, hidden energies, defensiveness, maybe game playing. I see this has caused a lot of sadness because we have the Sun in the reverse. The Sun's the happiest card in the tarot deck. It's about joy, happiness, innocence. It can be about children. It can be about the divine child created by divine counterparts. It can be the Heros Gamos, the marriage of opposites. But whatever, that's very specific. But it's just this idea of optimism and happiness. It's Leo's energy. But it's in the reverse. So you guys have been through it. It's been very, very sad. You feel like the kind of sun, the light, the joy has been drained from this connection. perhaps because someone's cheated, perhaps because there's just a lot of anxiety. Now it's like one of you is being very defensive, the other one's being very cautious. And there were a lot of barriers up to each other. But I do see with the Nine of Wands that these barriers are going to come down, and the defensiveness is going to end. Also, communication is going to come in if the communication has been frosty or not there, and that's why you've had sleepless nights and anxiety. So all three piles, you are going to have communication. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is here, which is a card of commitment, marriage, committed relationship. I can also sometimes read this so as blocked communication, because you see the pentacles kind of in the way of the couple. Not necessarily, and probably not when we have the Eight of Wands, but it could be that there was a block in communication. There was a barrier to you guys being together, but that's the thing that's shifting and changing now. If you are already in a committed relationship, well, I don't see anything here to suggest it might end, apart from the Sun in reverse. If you're not, I think there is the potential for that. But what is it that needs to, like, how do they get to the Ten of Pentacles? Because I just want to be clear, like, what is the future? So what is the actual future? Oh, okay. Eight of Cups really flew out. So I do see walking away. So I think this is showing me then that this was a committed relationship. For some of you, marriage. For others of you, just a very committed relationship. And it's something that you're going to walk away from, or that someone is walking away from. Eight of Cups always shows someone walking away from something they're still emotionally invested in. So the cups are all these emotions. So these 8 cups are full of emotion. It is still... it's not really fulfilling, but it's still something you're entangled in emotionally, but you know, or they know, that it's no longer serving them, it's no longer right, it's causing far too much anxiety. There's a lack of communication, there is maybe an incompatibility, and it's like there have had to be all these barriers up, and you want to not have to have these barriers up anymore. You want to not have sleepless nights. You want to not be worried if someone is being honest with you. And so perhaps you're going to walk away. You want to walk away and find your happiness, which you haven't been able to have here. And I think it's like you're going to now start speaking your truth and saying this. And maybe you felt like you couldn't say it. You've had to kind of keep this in, or there's just been a lack of communication, but there's going to be some communication that happens that allows this kind of closure, perhaps. So the thing to remember with the Eight of Cups is, although it's very sad and this person is leaving behind something that they're invested in some way, and that they put energy into, they're walking away to find the Nine of Cups, which is their true emotional fulfillment. So leaving this situation, if and only if this resonates, is going to bring you much more happiness, much less anxiety, much less worry about what someone is really doing, saying, thinking, much less defensiveness, you know, the happiness back in your life. I want to get some, because this is a bit of a heavy reading, let's get some clarifying cards. Please only take it if it resonates, as always. And I do manifestation packages and much more in-depth personal readings that will be, you know, your personal energy. And so far, you know, I've never had anyone say it hasn't resonated. So if this general reading, you know, didn't resonate, maybe you picked the wrong pile, or maybe if it did, you want to have some more information, or you want to think about how you can start loving yourself, attracting a more high vibration love next time, contact me. Now, I'm not going to take all of these, but I'm going to take the first one that flipped over. Take a break. Life is not a season, get off the treadmill. Now for me, that's just a sort of further clarification that you need to take a break from this. This is hard work. You know, this is hard work and not very satisfying, but okay, the 10 of Pentacles is here, which is a good card, but maybe that's to do with like you're tied into this person because of family, because of living situation, because of what's expected of you, because of career. It's not the 10 of Cups, which is like this emotional fulfillment. This is the card of a partnership that's based more on like material issues and real world issues. Do you know what I mean? So I do think that leaving it is going to be much better for you. Now let's just get a very quick yes or no with the pendulum for any questions that may have come up in the reading. So pendulum, show me yes and show me no. I want you guys to think of a yes, no, or maybe, well, a yes or no question now, and I'm going to ask the pendulum to pick up on the strongest mutual energy within this group, answering their question with a yes or a no, and it's showing me a clear yes. So obviously only take that if that resonates, but it's a very clear yes. It's based on the strongest mutual energy, of course, so it takes the average of all the energies. So that's everything I have time for. I'm going to have a really special full moon ritual spell video coming soon on, especially also Halloween, and it's also a blood moon. It's all sorts of things, and I'm doing my first collaboration on the channel with an amazing musician, Thou Alone, healing musician and artist. So it's going to be really exciting. So please do subscribe so that you can be notified about that. And please take care of yourselves, love yourselves, do what makes you happy, and remember, you are walking towards the 9 of Cups, your true happiness. So all the best and lots of love and light to you. Thank you.